Hello, welcome back. Today I want to share with you my two recent finds, but not only recent finds. I think those are my rarest records I have in my collection. And it was some said to me, Michael, those are once in a lifetime findings because they are really, really rare. I wanna get into those two records. I want to explain what makes them so rare and so special. And of course we get into the music. Maybe, if you watch my channel recently, you have heard about Kluster, right? But now it gets important. What we talk for the first 1, 2, 3 minutes is Kluster with a C. There is also a Kluster with a K, and they are almost the same. By the way, I got this first Kluster at the Den Bosch Record Fair. It's on the Philips label and a wonderful record, and also not easy to get. Really, really difficult to get. There has been an earlier Kluster with K, and the big difference with this earlier Kluster with K was that Konrad Schnitzler was a member together with Rodelius and Möbius. They did 3 records together, or 2, one was later and only by Schnitzler. No, they did 2 records together in 1970 and 71. And Schnitzler really was very influential on those guys. He was he studied together with Joseph Beuys, so he is more art music. He is a very, very big influence and very, very important when it comes to this German avant-garde electronic music. He died in 2011, so 12 years ago from now. And as I said, really, really important. For example, he also was a very important part of the very first Tangerine Dream album, also on the Ohr label. And as I said, 2 albums he did with Rodelius and Möbius under the name Kluster. Here are these two albums. And they are quite out there. They sometimes say, oh, it's krautrock, but this is more avant-garde electronic art music. A lot of spoken word, brilliant albums, amazing albums. And Schnitzler once stated that he thinks that people who don't speak German likes it better because they don't understand what's said on the record. I tend to disagree because what those spoken words parts are quite amazing and impressive. Okay, now let's get into the things why this album or both albums are so rare. Here we have Kluster Osterei on the pink jacket, and we have here Kluster Klopfzeichen on the black plastic jacket. When they came out, they are rumored to have done 300 copies of each release. But I talked to very experienced dealers after I purchased it, and no, it was not the one who sold me this records who told me, and he said it's more likely to be 150. And we're talking about a band like Kluster, because Kluster later on, the C Kluster, became quite important, influential and famous. They have been a huge influence on Brian Eno and especially David Bowie when it comes to his Berlin trilogy. Eno and Kluster with the C also did some collaborations. So they made their way in a way. So now imagine you have this band together with Konrad Schnitzler, you have Rodelius, Möbius and Schnitzler, and they have done decades ago 2 records on a Christian label. It's on the ATS label, AMS Studio, a Christian label who otherwise only brought out religious stuff, I think. 150 to 300 copies, and both copies are in plastic. And here is where the problem begins. Usually, and look it up at Discogs, you have the slight hint, yeah, the jacket is almost perfect, but has some damage, but barely see. That means because this plastic, I mean, we're talking 52 years now, 53 years now, has broken parts. And I'm unbelievable happy and lucky that I have them totally intact, which is really, really something rare, really rare. Also, this belongs to the pink one, the Osterei. I have the posters that comes with this releases. This is for the Easter egg, the Osterei, and this is for the Klopfzeichen. Klopfzeichen, you know, when you knock on wood. And here is a poster from the black one, the Klopfzeichen. So both in perfect shape. I only put them out now for this video. They will get back into their sleeves for the rest of the time, I think. And yeah, and that really, really makes them extremely rare. Of course, very, very important, the vinyl is in an amazing shape. They play almost like new, or they play like new. This is the Klopfzeichen on the darker green. I let them in the sleeves. And on the lighter green you have the Osterei, the Easter egg. So that's of course a combination. Perfect jackets, no damage at all. 150 to 300 copies. Perfect vinyl and all the inners and posters with it. That makes it a special combination due to the fact that Kluster later on really got on the page of many musicians and music collectors. So I just wanted to share this with you. This was a once-in-a-lifetime score. Wonderful albums, and again, Kluster is a very, very interesting, amazing group. One of the main krautrock bands, or you know, sometimes the term krautrock is a little bit broad, because also the first Kluster here, this is not rock. This is avant-garde at its best, of course, but I wouldn't say that's rock. So happy to have those, so happy to share those with you. I hope you find a little interest. Yeah, okay, maybe in this case we also should talk a bit prices so that you get an idea, because Discogs in a way gives you the wrong idea. But so far on Discogs I have only seen broken jackets. We are getting close now for really perfect copies, like we have with the cool Stratten. Günther Minty Vinyl brought here to me when it's in a really, really good shape. Of course, the demand for the cool Stratten is larger, but you also have way, way, way more copies. So you're getting in that area by now. So really something special, really happy to have it. And of course, I take extreme care of it. And now I'm quite happy that I could finish this video without some serious accidents with my grails. And like always, thank you very much for your time, and I hope we see us on the next one. Bye.